There's not much that even the Republican Congress can do about this. What good is equipment if there's nobody to operate it?
Yeah, the U.S. Congress is sort of like a bad pimp. We keep putting Ukraine out on the street to prostitute itself, but we never give them any of the money that they need to survive. And in fact, we're putting them into a situation that they can't win, and it's all predicated upon this notion that Russia is weak, falling apart, and that all we need to do is apply a little bit of pressure. And it's just not the case. The number of casualties that the Ukrainians are suffering it's like nothing we've seen since maybe the Chaco War in South America and more than a century ago, and that almost wiped out a generation of Paraguayan men. So we're watching the same thing taking place in Ukraine. That age range of 20 to 40 is so decimated that the ability of the Ukrainian population to grow, just to reproduce, to have babies, that's disappearing.
And I don't hear anything. I wonder if you do from your sources, public and private, from the neocons who got us into this mess. They're all talking about Israel. They're not even talking. Even Lindsey Graham, I haven't heard that crowd say anything about Ukraine. Do they recognize that it is over?
No, absolutely not. Anne Applebaum, who's one of the leading neocons, she just penned a piece in, I think it was Atlantic, and I mean it's delusional. She's talking on the one hand about that Russia's suffered the most terrible defeat, that Putin's embarrassed, that he's been humiliated, but then she does sort of admit way down in the piece that, yeah, if the United States doesn't keep funding Ukraine, they're done. It's over. Hello. And what nobody's talking about right now is there is still this up in the air debate between the Republicans, Democrats, and the Biden administration over continued funding for the U.S. government. The Republicans are signaling, okay, we'll put money up for Israel, but we're not going to put any money up for Ukraine, or we'll put money up for Israel as long as it's tied to providing more money to defend the border. And the Biden administration is coming back and saying, go pound sand. We're not going